right. Well, I guess. All right. Well, I don't know. I guess I'll just start the show.
As we proceed to give you what you need, welcome to The Breakdown with Oso and Ace. We are your hosts. I am the unimitatable, slightly relatable, yet oh so dateable, the one and only Ace One, my partner in crime, down to ride with a comment that snide, the dastardly deacon of dissent, DJ Oso Fresh.
It's also fresh, and I am almost famous for not being famous, but I want to be famous. So if you're listening to my show, I want you to tell your friends about my show because it is spectacular. And you know, I'm so almost famous, I want to use a different name today.
You're locally infamous. There we go.
I am locally infamous, yes. You can find a bathroom stall in the ladies' room with my number written on it because I am infamous like that. I am a rogue. This is rogue time. So I said today, and just to pay tribute to just a great boxer, Marvelous Marvin Hagler. I couldn't even figure out how to interject my name into that.
Right.
Like, you know, I wanted to say Marvelous, oh so fresh. That didn't even work.
You can just take his nickname. You can just be the Marvelous One.
I just be Marvelous Marvin because I like the name Marvin too. Marvin Gaye, Lee Marvin,
Marvin the Martian.
Oh, we're getting green with it. It's not even March anymore.
Hey, you know what?
If you miss St. Patrick's Day, here's an explosion for you.
We all miss St. Patrick's Day because the bars were closed.
I've explained my name. Now the name of my co-host right here. What is that?
Ace One in the building.
I'll give you explosion too. We are dropping bombs, and no, I'm not gonna take this back to anything that the U.S. has done wrong in another country.
We're not even gonna go there.
We're just dropping bombs, real bombs.
Right.
No Agent Orange either.
No.
I'm excited to be here and I'm excited to be back because today, speaking of bombs, folks are grabbing their guns. People are grabbing their guns and folks are still marching.
Right.
It can get real volatile out here. And we're going to talk a little bit about fear and what that has to do with guns and kind of their misuse. And I'm an Apple fanboy. You an Apple fanboy?
I would definitely say I'm an Apple fanboy.
Everything is Apple around me. I mean, my house is rotten. There's so much Apple here. Really, just to the core. I'm Macintosh.
Right.
No, I don't do those. I don't do the gold delicious or whatever, the red delicious or whatever you call them.
Right.
No, I don't do the greens. I do the Macintosh. I have that here. That's what I'm recording on. And these people were trying to rip me off again.
Despite the fact that we're fans, we do recognize the fact that they do have some interesting practices from time to time.
From time to time. Now, this guy, Ace.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I heard you.
Here you go. I can already hear it in your tone. Here you go.
You were telling me you want to try and pump everybody up. Is that what you're trying to do?
I am working on myself in terms of getting myself back into shape. I'm not pumping anyone else up because you're going to take that into a weird place. I'm just doing some workauts. That's all it is.
You're just doing some workouts.
Yes.
So we got workout tips coming up. Workout tips. That's what we're going for. And
sure.
Yes. And if I want you to get in touch, I want you to let your fingers do the talking. Isn't that what they say?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Let your fingers do the talking.
Yep.
You can turn that into something gross if you want to. So it's 971-209-2069. We'd love to hear from you. That is the Breakdown Hotline. Now, if you were missing an episode, because we've done many, this is actually like 18, 19.
Episode 19.
I'm bad at math. I don't count much. But on this episode, we're going to do some new stuff. But if you want to catch the old episodes, it's osoandace.com.
Yes. Also, osoandace@gmail.com if you want to go ahead and send us an email as opposed to a voice message. Oso and Ace on Instagram and Twitter @osoandace, OSOANDACE. Facebook page, The Breakdown with Oso and Ace. We are on Spotify. We are on iTunes in the podcast section. We are also on Google Play Music and Numbers.fm.
Yeah, Numbers.fm. Shout out to them. Shout out to DJ Ambush. Talked to him last week. He liked the new format and stuff. No, he didn't say all that. He didn't say all that. No, but I will show us some love on the show. Now, I got to say that for me, I got to tell you.
What's going on?
What you got?
Now, during the course of this week, I had a little throwback moment. A great throwback moment.
Yeah.
I watched Demolition Man.
That was a dope movie.
So, you know, I'm on YouTube. I watched some kind of CinemaSins or some kind of retrospective on it.
Right.
And I said, I got to go back and watch it.
Right.
That movie was ridiculous. I mean, I know Mr. Snipes he ain't balling out like he used to be.
Nah.
But Wesley Snipes had some good moments in his life.
Definitely.
And
Definitely.
Wesley Snipes going back and forth with Sylvester Stallone was about the hottest thing I'd ever seen. And really, if you know the movie, please hit me up at 971-209-2069 and explain the 3 shells to me if you know the movie.
Everyone needs to know the 3 shells and get that explained.
Yeah, you get the 3 shells explained.
I need to understand.
But you know,
that.
it's great to have those throwback moments, and it's also great to watch the movie and see what they thought technology would be, because Demolition Man takes place in 2032. I don't want to give you the whole story, but what happened was Sylvester Stallone was a cop. Wesley Snipes was a bad guy because he's black. That's how it works. Because he's black. But what he did was they froze both of them, and they let Wesley Snipes go in the future, and he's tearing up stuff. So Sylvester Stallone, they let him out to catch Wesley Snipes
because he was the one who originally caught him in the first place.
Yeah. So this is from 96, and in 2032 things are different, and like they predicted a couple things.
Right.
Like they had iPads.
Basically,
they had stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now there was other stuff they didn't have, but that's a whole nother ball game. Now, when I think about eye stuff, you know, my sister, I give her a lot of tech support. I usually help her out. She has issues with stuff, and you know, I'm a savvy guy. I worked at an Apple store. Yeah, that's worth something. Give an explosion. Yeah. I mean, we were the only 2 black guys in the Apple store.
Yes, we were for a long time. Yes. So especially out in Lake O.
Yeah. And you know what? Steve Jobs was still alive when this was all going on.
Yes.
Just want to say that.
Just want to say that. Let you know how
long
ago
it
was.
And in good health. This is pre-iPad.
Right.
So my sister calls me for some technical help.
Right.
She wants to know how to unlock her iPhone. And, you know, I tell her straight off the bat, you know, why don't you just go to your little iCloud account, you know, find my iPhone. They should be able to unlock it for you. And she said, I was like, how did you even lose your code? I mean, the code's on an iPhone is pretty simple, and you set it up. Well, I changed it so the kids couldn't get into it. I guess. I don't know.
Right.
You know, I don't have kids around. Hey, if you're a kid, you listening to this, don't you ever touch my phone. You don't touch my phone. You know what? It's bad for your karma. There's something bad's gonna happen in your life. So she said she changed that, and I said, well, you know, you can go through iCloud, get it fixed that way. And she was like, okay. And I said, what? And then I said, what about the Face ID? She's like, I turned it off. And I kept going, thinking of more troubleshooting steps as I'm going along.
Right.
And then I come back around to the Face ID.
Exactly.
And I go,
yeah. Like,
why would you turn the Face ID off? Like, of all the things I've ever turned off on the phone, I've never turned the Face ID off. No, because that's made just for my face.
Exactly. That's like one of the main ways that only you can get into your phone.
And she's saying this like, she said I was stressed out. I was like, stressed out over what? I don't want to imply anything, but Big Sis, if you're listening, whatever you smoking, I need some of that. I need some of that before the show.
Man, she was smoking that Snoop Dogg. She had that Cali going.
Man, whether the Northern Lights or that Diesel, whatever the heck you smoking, or just let me know who your guy is, because I need to know.
You can get some of your own. Yeah. Oh man, that's rough right there.
I mean, really, I said, why'd you turn the Face ID off? Like it had to sink in. I had to call somebody else and justify in my mind. Why would you ever turn your Face ID off?
I do not, sir.
You know what? Because only my black behind, I almost say the ASS, only my black behind needs to look in that phone. But that's enough about me. What about you, Ace?
Hey, okay, so all right, let's go ahead and jump into this. So yes, I am feeling my age, so to speak. Like I said in the last show, which you can go ahead and check out on osoandace.com. My Fabulous 46 is coming up in September, and I am feeling my age a little bit.
Oh, what day's your birthday?
September 5th.
Oh, what's your security number?
I'm not giving that to you. Come on now, really? What kind of savage you take me for? But I'm definitely feeling my age a little bit. I got, things that are creaking that aren't supposed to be creaking, and especially finding out that I had a pinched nerve in my back. I'm taking my physical health a lot more serious, right? And especially like, during the quarantine, not all of us, we can't all be IG models and doing, workouts and showing off the 6 and 8 packs and all of that kind of stuff. But I am just trying to go ahead and get back into shape. So I got a set of resistance bands to do some workouts at home and not trying to go into a gym around a whole bunch of other sweaty people. I want to go ahead and just do it on my own and be able to get myself back to where I need to be, trying to get my quarantine swole on. So, if it's something that you guys want to get into, then by all means, just take the steps where you are.
Should they follow your workout plan? Are you gonna document it and let folks know, like on Oso and Ace on the Instagram? I think you should. I mean, you should become an Instagram. Hey, come on, everybody, let's clap for this guy. You should become an Instagram model. You should.
I don't know. Okay, so I don't know about Instagram model.
That's not enough clap. No, he needs more. You need more motivation.
Okay, but in terms of accountability, like it would definitely help if y'all want to cheer me on. I could use some help. I will do before and after and go ahead and make sure that I am keeping track and like showing pictures and stuff. But also to go ahead and cheer you guys on. Like I said, not everybody was able to stay, super fit. A lot of people are on the couch watching TV, but everybody needs to get healthy. Everybody needs to get in shape.
I made it through The Office and The Sopranos.
I'm saying, so, I don't know if you want to see James, just work out a little bit, get his swole on, go ahead and drop us a line, 971-209-2069, osoandace@gmail.com.
They be like, that's unbelievable. They see me work out with Crown Royal.
That bottle can be kind of heavy though.
It can be.
It can be kind of heavy.
I never drink out of the bottle. I just never drink it out of the bottle. I feel like that's a bad practice.
I will say one other thing, not much of a specific segue, so to speak, but also dealing with the quarantine and something that I also find unbelievable. And what I really, really need, like now that stuff is starting to open up again and we've got, all of this change and stuff going on.
What do you really need?
I really, really need for us to stop making everything a life matter, making everything into a hashtag, right? We got to stop putting lives matter on everything, right?
Really? What, the Black Lives don't matter no more?
No, I'm not saying that. There are certain things that it does matter, but that doesn't mean that like every single thing has to become this specific life that matters. So here's the thing, so Texas,
because you can't say white lives matter without getting lynched.
There would be a problem with that. Right?
I truly don't understand it, but it's cool.
Just because of the. Never mind. That's a whole other conversation.
I'm sorry.
That's a whole other conversation.
I have a ruling class mentality, so I think all lives matter.
And there's nothing
Hold
wrong.
on, I didn't say that. I'm sorry, I'm on a black radio station. I didn't say that.
There's nothing
not
wrong
all lives
with that.
matter. Only Black Lives Matter.
It's not only Black Lives Matter. That's why we're not going to get into that conversation.
If I have to if I'm driving down the street and I got to make a choice between hitting white people or black people, I got to hit the black people. I got to hit the white people because only Black Lives Matter.
Or you could just stop the car because it's never been only Black Lives Matter. That's not what it is. But we're not going to get into that conversation. Okay. Anyhow, so Texas and Florida and Arizona had like huge spikes in COVID cases because they had like opened up everything and it was everything was gravy, right?
Texas, Florida, and what?
Arizona.
Man, have you seen the girls from those 3 states? I want to be out too.
Okay,
I mean, they thick and tan. Texas, oh okay.
Man. But here's the thing, though.
Little Southern Belle.
Here's the thing, though, because everyone was just like, oh, we can all do whatever we want. They got these spikes in the COVID cases, so now Texas is closing down its bars again, right? So there are people now who are protesting the bars being closed down, and
we want drugs.
They want the alcohol. They want to go out and get it.
I mean, let me keep it 100 with you folks. I mean, I enjoy alcohol. I think it's great,
right?
But I acknowledge that it is a drug.
It definitely is.
It is a drug that can be highly addictive.
Yep.
And can be very destructive. But I am appalled by the fact that it's such a priority for us to open up the bars.
Right.
The restaurants, I understand. I was in a restaurant yesterday and, there was spacing between all of us. It was great. You're stationary. That's not how our bar works.
They don't do it at the bars. Exactly.
Bars do not work. I spoke about it on last week's show. When I went into a bar, I got in there with my mask on. But by the time I'm in there and hanging out, you can have your mask off. You do whatever
you want.
to.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, and so now Texas is closing the bars down, and the people that are protesting that they're upset about it. They're one of the chants that they are now using, just because it has become the thing, is Bar Lives Matter. Like I almost can't even say that with a straight face.
That's just a joke.
Just stop it.
That's just a joke.
Like there's so many signs that people are holding up, and they're being serious about it. It's ridiculous.
But getting caught up in that's a distraction.
I just need we need to stop making everything into a slogan. Just stop it. Because there's no such thing as a bar life. Y'all just want to have somebody else make you drinks. The liquor stores are still open. That is still considered an essential industry. Go get the booze yourself and look up on YouTube how to make your favorite drinks. Just do it your dang self.
But I can tell you from a perspective of a drinker that bar lives do matter.
There's no such thing as a bar life, though.
Let me tell you why.
Well,
let me tell you why. Let me tell you what the implied, because there is such thing as a bar life. You ever watch Cheers?
Yeah. That's
the explanation of a bar life. Like these people, I understand. I kind of understand the background on it because I used to go to a bar all the time, and that's their thing. That takes up a good portion of some people's lives. I mean, really, that's their thing. That is really, there are people that I go to. There's a couple bars, like a smaller bars that you can go to on the regular, and the same 5 people will be there all the time. I'm just saying, just give me a different perspective. So there are some people that, the bar is that's their only social outlet. That's where all their friends are. So I can see how they'd be missing it. Now to modify Black Lives Matter to make it Bar Lives Matter, no, that's pretty cheap.
Right.
But I can understand a perspective on they want their bar back, but no, you're drug addicts. You are just drug addicts. You should stay home. Stay home with your kids. You wonder why Billy's getting D's. That's what it is. Stay home.
And I mean, you can honestly, you could have something like that same bar life if you truly wanted it. Like, I understand where you're coming from with that perspective. You want those same people around, whatever. Then, you either do it at home or go to a park or something. Like, you don't have to be at the bar, especially when tons of people are getting sick because of it. That's the thing.
I understand where you're coming from. That's just not how it works. That's not how the social inclination of bars work. I mean, I've worked in bars for years,
right? And
I just understand where there's a perspective where people really want their bars back, because I'm telling you, if you work in bars,
right,
that is. There's quite a few people in this country that is their only social outlet and feel really isolated because that thing is not there.
Got you.
And they probably have underlying problems to go with it.
Well, yeah. I mean, and again, that's a whole other conversation. Although, actually, I think I'm kind of actually surprised we've never had this particular conversation, though, because I've been a huge fan of just like DJs and turntablists and whatnot, and the actual process of people who are DJing at parties versus DJing on the radio, and then somebody like a DJ Jazzy Jeff who would be considered a turntablist. And I've never actually spoken to someone who could really speak to it. So
that's funny. I don't.
I mean, I know you're technically retired. What?
I did my thing, but I didn't come up in the list of favorites. So yeah, boo him too. I did not come up in that list of favorites. So obviously, my skills are lacking. But thank you very much for at least one.
I'm coming to you as an expert on the field, so obviously your skills are not lacking.
Those that can't speak, those that can't teach, right?
Anyway. Oh, come on now.
No, but it was funny to have this conversation because we're talking about different types of DJs. There's,
right.
For me, I was a mix show DJ. Actually, I would say myself, I was more like a producer who could mix. I'm just really good at mixing. Gotcha. I could transition records like nothing, like butter. But that made me more of a mixer. So I was more of a radio friendly guy. Mm-hmm. Like my skill set lends itself to radio because you're playing in DJing, you're still playing tricks with the mind. Now, when it comes to a turntablist, mm-hmm. that's the guy who does the cutting, the scratching, the makes the record talk. I mean, just manipulates it to its full extent.
Right.
Like for me, for the type of DJ I am, I'm the band. Like a turntablist is the lead guitar.
Right.
He's going to go off on his solo. Now I tell you that DJs are not they're not interchangeable. There's different. There's many different types of DJs. And if you're a karaoke DJ, I think you guys are the lowest. Sorry. Anyway.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
I'll let it be known. Hey, don't ever come up to your party and say I DJ too and do karaoke. Unacceptable. But when I look at guys like, the Invisible Scratch Pickles, Qbert, Mike, Jazzy Jeff, those guys, what they do is amazing. And you could go technology and stuff like that, but a lot of these guys who really grandfathered the style,
right,
they don't need technology. Technology just makes them better. I actually I've known guys that stick to vinyl,
right,
just because they're like, oh, I don't like the technology. But I'm just like, man, what you already do plus some technology on top of that, homie, that would be real
right. Just
sick.
take you to a whole nother level.
And when you think about somebody like Jazzy Jeff, you've never taken the time to check out Jazzy Jeff. He is, if you ever watch The Fresh Prince, he's jazz.
Right.
And him and The Fresh Prince had a crew back in the day. Now Jazzy Jeff, he's actually produced, if you ever can find the album The Simpsons Sing the Blues, it's a Jazzy Jeff produced like a couple tracks on there.
Okay.
So he's produced for Bart Simpson and all sorts. When you produce for Bart Simpson, that's the pinnacle of producing.
To make Bart Simpson sound like a legit artist.
But when because when I think of like DJs on the radio, what we do is we just kind of keep the flow going. Plus, we have to pump songs to you that you don't want to hear. We have to make them sound good.
Right.
But when you see a guy like Jazzy Jeff, just the craftsmanship. And Jazzy Jeff, I don't want to just make it an ode to Jazzy Jeff, but the way he can manipulate and transform genres.
The man's a legend.
And because DJing is about getting everybody on one note, one word. You get everybody on the same page. It's pretty much the same page. It can't be one word because they get it all wrong and everybody's dancing different. So we'll give it a bunch of words.
Yeah.
But the way that he can take you on that journey, because it's the highest level of DJing is outer space to me.
Right.
Because when I'm going in on you, we're going to outer space.
Right.
I'm gonna hit you with things you haven't heard before. I'm gonna hit you with things you've heard before. But we are going a million miles per hour, and that's what Jazzy Jeff does, and that's what makes him so inspirational. But if you just want to give him two records and have him do some fancy scratching,
he'll give you a solo that'll blow your mind.
He will smurder you. If you're not into scratching, go to YouTube, punch in scratching, and figure it out. I don't shun your ignorance, but dang, I'm giving you some points where you can step up your game.
Yeah, definitely.
If you don't know about scratching, because I was at a concert a few years ago, and DJ Quick is scratching, and he's doing DJ Quick and his DJ are doing a routine where they're jumping on and off the turntables together, like holding the scratch, like scratching records back and forth. But because there was no camera on it, if you had never seen that take place, you had no idea. Because what happens, especially with music right now, people disconnect the physical action it takes to make that sound, that thing happen.
To make it happen, indeed, yeah. And people forget, like, DJ Quick was a DJ first and then became the producer that came up with all the different beats and stuff for so many people. But yeah,
DJ Quick can cut.
Oh, definitely.
And DJ Quick, I had never seen DJ Quick get down before. DJ Quick can play.
Yeah.
If you were old school, homie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I love to sing Sweet Black. Dude.
Right.
DJ Quick, I was impressed. I had never seen him cut like that. And this is 2013, 14. Yeah, and I never seen DJ Quick cut like that. But for me, if you ask me for any of that fancy scratching, you'll be very disappointed. I scratch good enough for consumers and consumers only. Right.
Well, and I mean, even just the entire art form never would have come about if not for the pioneers of like Grandmaster Flash and all of those guys back in the early 80s. Just starting off with the concept, just messing around with a record player, and it's grown into its own instrument, and a very well deserved acclaim to the fact that there's world championships on it now.
I sell DJ equipment, and it's nice because I see people try. I see people really try.
Right.
We only got a few more minutes. There was some other stuff I wanted to get to, but we got to talking about DJing. What else you want to talk about?
Well, actually, you know what? One thing that we could definitely go ahead and touch on, I wanted to make sure we did talk about, because we were kind of riffing on like all of the cool things that we could have, or even should have.
No, well, we need. I hate to interject. I think I want to give that more time. The only thing I did miss this week was how you and your friends at Apple are choosing to steal from me.
Oh, okay. So obviously, with the way technology is definitely moving forward, and you get like different revisions of the same or similar devices, be it Samsung, be it LG, be it Apple, whatever.
Man, why don't give me no politician answer?
No. Rumors are, because we don't know for sure until they announce it. Rumors are that the next set of iPhones are not going to come with either headphones, like the old wired headphones, or a charger in the box. Now, I have no clue how they're going to spin it. Likely is going to be some environmental something in terms of them wanting to not have as much waste or whatever. I know for a fact that I have so many of the charger cables myself. If they're not changing the port on it, like I have one that's already going to work.
I don't care. The phone costs $1,000. You give me everything that comes with it.
Well, that's the thing. The possibility that they may actually drop the price on the phones because they're taking the stuff out is one of the rumors that's going around as well. That is a
possibility, boy.
They did it for the iPhone 11. The iPhone 11 they dropped the price on. It came out cheaper than the iPhone XR. So, and especially because the next set of phones.
How much cheaper is iPhone 11?
It came out at $700. The XR was $750. So like if you think about the charger and the brick like that would be about $50 maybe. Like I don't know. We'll see.
I paid $1,000 for my iPhone 10.
Right.
You know what? It took me longer to pay off my iPhone 10 than it did to pay off my car.
That's a problem.
That's a real problem.
That is most definitely a problem.
And you know when I finally got that payment off? They sold me a watch.
They got you.
Oh, they got me. I drink the Kool-Aid.
But definitely, like potentially part of the reason for this is because the next set of phones after this is rumored to not have any ports at all. So they're basically trying to get people used to the fact that they don't need a charger. And with phones having like the wireless charging capability and stuff like that, I can see how that works.
You know what, buddy? Even at $700, it's still more than I spend on anything. So I want everything that comes with it. That set of headphones cost 25 cents. That charger costs like 25 cents. So you gonna tell me you're not at work. Don't try to sell me on some stupid value.
I'm not trying to sell you on anything. I'm just saying that's what the rumor is. I'm not trying to sell you on anything. I have no clue what they're gonna do.
I'd rather end this without us getting along. This is the Breakdown with Oso and Ace.
Y'all have a good one. Deuces.
Oh, we're not deucing yet. I at least want to give you the number. It's 971-209-2069. How else to get in touch?
At Oso and Ace on Instagram and Twitter. At Oso and Ace. Oso and Ace at gmail.com. And then
emails for old people. No.
You can go ahead and leave us an email as well. And then also just drop us a line on the Facebook page, The Breakdown with Oso and Ace. Let us know, y'all. Stay up on the workout grind. Let's encourage James and myself. Come on.
I want you to have a good week and keep freaking it out, enjoying it. They call me Marvelous Marvin Hagler. That's what they call me this week.
That's what you call yourself this week. Yes.
If you're going to have a name, proclaim it. If you're going to be somebody, proclaim it.
Hey, do it. You can be the marvelous one this week.
You know what, my people? Nobody's going to give you nothing.
You got to go out there and go get it.
You take your respect. You grind hard. You make it hard. Ain't no giving here. Don't ask nobody for nothing. I believe in separate but equal. Hey, look that up. If you don't know that concept, then just figure out what Genuine Pony's about. All right. Till next time, we out.